Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I had Adromischus videos way back when, like 15 plus years ago, but YouTube, I don't know, I guess in a house cleaning they scrubbed my old stuff. So I'm going to be starting again, of course. My name is Joseph. I'm out of the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. I make pots, and I make pots around plants, namely xerophytes, succulents, geophytes, caduciforms, cacti, and the like. But I do have a weakness for Adromischus. I started the group on Facebook with over 4,000 people worldwide over 10 years ago. And I've been pretty quiet as the founder and the admin on there, but I've been focusing a lot of my attention on pots and planting and, my garden, so life gets busy. So social media for me has slowed down a little bit, but hopefully I'll gain some new love and appreciation for Adromischus or for xerophytes and dried plants in general. So what we got here today is Adromischus marianiae hallii. This is from I guess the border of Namibia and South Africa. This particular variety is found on the coast. I'm not going to say exactly where because there's a problem with poaching going on in South Africa, and although the target right now is caduciforms and euphorbias and conophytums, I don't want that to spread to other plants too. So I'm going to keep things from here on out without the location. But here I have this nice, very slow growing Adromischus marianiae variety hallii. It's the summer, so it's kind of dormant-ish right now. This one hasn't sent up a flower spike, which is fine with me because I don't want it to lose any leaves than what it has. I had a nice seed-grown Adromischus marianiae hallii in this pot here, but I guess it didn't like the water during the summer. It didn't cool down as much, and water sat by the roots. And this is what I'm left with, is these dry leaves. I was able to rescue a few live leaves, so let's hope that, I get some material off of that. But this was an original clone. So, yeah. Adromischus are extremely dry adapted. They are in the Crassula family, so we call them cam plants. And CAM stands for crassula acid metabolism. Basically, the pores, they shut down at night or during the day to prevent water loss, and then at night the pores open up. With a temperature drop, they can utilize any water around the roots or any moisture. But the flip side to that is CAM plants are slow growing. They're not able to compete with other vascular plants. They're really adapted well to the environment that they're in. So yeah, they're just slow in general. So looking at the soil mix, you can see it's kind of counterintuitive to what you would normally put like a regular cactus in. Like, you're not going to go to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever your garden store is and buy just a regular cactus mix with forest products. You're going to see here it's just basically mineral. So my mineral mix is lava, pumice, you got some granite in there, some larger sand, perlite. There's not really forest products in there, and if there are, it's extremely low, like less than 5%. So I mean, you can see how light an area that is. A lot of these Adromischus, they're found in rock crevices, in sheltery areas like that, and a lot of these places, they don't get very much in the amount of moisture. They get some varieties get most of their water through fog. So I'm going to take this guy out of where it is right now, and you can see this is a newer plant to my collection. I would say it's maybe a year in my collection. And you can see there's not much to that. And a lot of people who don't know plants or who see adros are like, they pass this up and they're like, that is such a caca plant. I mean, it's so small and it grows so slow. Like, why do people, pay $50, $60, $75, $100 for them? For me, I like the slowness. I like the small stuff. And, if it's grown really well, this can actually be a stunner, but it will take some time to do that. So what I'm going to do is clear out any of the older roots. I live in the area which, I'm a hop, skip, and a jump away from a subspecies of Dudleya that's rare. And I also have Dudleya, or Crassula moths, I say, in the collection. And that fucking moth, Jesus, sorry about the cussing, but they lay eggs in the base of the plant at the new growth, and the caterpillar just goes in there and wreaks havoc. So Aeoniums, Echeveria, Adromischus, they all seem to be a nice little food plant for this native moth that we have. So yay for native plants and native flora and fauna, but boo on you for eating my Adromischus and expensive plants. So I'm just repotting that. And your intuition as normally growing plants is to go ahead and water right away. Like, go ahead and pot this up and water it right away. But what I would tell you for these plants, any of the adros with tuberous roots, one, I wouldn't water this for a whole week. I know it's going to get to be 100 on Saturday. I'm just going to place this in an area that just gets morning light right now. If you think you didn't break any roots because you're super careful, you probably did. So I'm going to let everything heal up and dry out for another week. And then, because it's a crassula acid metabolism plant, and if it's hot during the day and hot at night, it's not going to absorb water. I'm actually going to wait a week, plus I'm going to wait for there to be a good temperature variation between day and night, because if it's a hot day and a hot night and you had water during the day, the heat of the day, there's still moisture inside this plant when it's hot and humid at night. Most likely you're going to rot the plant. Any bacteria that's or fungus that's sitting in the soil, the plant won't use that water, and Adromischus are quick to rot from just sitting water. So it's not one that I would necessarily say, oh yeah, it's going to be a hot and humid night and you've got several days of 100-degree days. The best course of action, I'll put this in later, the best course of action for that, if you live in LA, live in Vegas, you live in Arizona, it's going to be hot for 2 weeks on end, I would just move this to a shadier spot, and don't water until it gets cooler. And it seems, again, counterintuitive, like, oh shit, your plants look like raisins. If the leaves are still green and they're alive, they are dry adapted plants. So worst case scenario, your plant's very dehydrated, but come the fall when it really cools down at night, you can resume a watering. Yeah, so I'm just gonna, I'm kind of anal over here, but yeah, I would rather your plant be dehydrated and alive, and that's what they're adapted for, versus dead from overwatering. So once you kind of, if you have conophytums, you have lithops, you have geophytic bulbs from South Africa or elsewhere, you kind of get used to that routine, like, oh, absolutely don't water at the wrong time. So this is one of those that you just get used to, knowing when and where to water. These Adromischus are fall spring growers, at least for me in Mediterranean climate in Northern California. They put on their most growth fall and spring. And when it's very cold in winter or when it's very hot in summer, they kind of slow down their growth process. So this is it here. It's a pot that I made this year. I like squares for my own collection because they save on space. And we'll go through the collection on a couple other videos and see my collection. But when you have squares, or you have the ability to design your pots around plants, you can kind of make what you want. And I know what I want. I know what I like. I'm on Facebook, so you can follow me on Facebook at Cactus and Succulent Pottery by Joseph Hidalgo, and my last name is Hidalgo. If you're in Northern California, I can bring my pots to a meeting. You can pick them up from me there, or I ship them. So if you see something on my site through Facebook and I had posted something new, you can always say, "Hey Joseph, can you ship that out to me?" Right now, Canada, USA, Mexico, yeah, UPS. I haven't had too much go beyond those boundaries because shipping to Europe and Asia is really crazy. So anyway, as I go on, more videos, more plants, more repotting. Click the like, click subscribe, get the notification when I get new videos out. And yeah, join the Adro crazy people and the rare plant people and the cactus and succulent crazy people that are out there, and join your local club. Let me know what you think. I guess make some comments below. Give me a break a little bit. This is my first video that I've had in a long time. I don't know why I'm doing this. Not like I could squeeze any more time out of a day. But yeah, here you go. And happy growing, everybody.